So today we got hard problem 3548 equals some grid partition. So we got some grid of positive integers and we wanna check if we can make horizontal or vertical cut such that we have non-empty sections and sum in both is equal or can be made equal by removing at most one cell in total from either section. Rest of section after removing must be connected. Okay, and return true if such partition exists, otherwise return false. Okay. Okay. How big are the values? Are they distinct? No, not really. Okay, so here is what I'm doing. Essentially, because okay, so let's say we cut the first row, right? And then we can easily check sum, like we can calculate sum of that and sum of all minus sum of that, right? If they are equal, easy, we return true. If they are not equal, right, then we can either delete. When can we not discount an element? Well, if there is 2 or more rows, we can always discount any of the elements, right? And then we can always discount any of the elements and because not connected, and only problem is that when we have one row or one column we can only discount the first or last. So essentially what we want to know is that if sum of one half is larger than the other half sum, then we want to check if there is such element in there, right? So okay, so what we want to keep is counts here, I guess. So counts okay, and now we iterate over rows. And then we do like grid count grid ij was equals 1. And then for row in range -1, so top is let's do total ij count of this bottom half, grid ij plus equals 1, minus equals 1, and then bottom so that's that. I'm so sorry to everyone's ears right now. So after we do this whole update shtick, so if I and minus 1, then we don't care, we just, okay, so first if top, bottom, return true. And now if I and minus 1, so we can discount anything, right? Then we check this. S is equal to count of 0 so we want to subtract, right? So that's sub up stop bottom, right? And then that is sub over 0, and this is what count in top, which means that if top over bottom else count 1, so technically you can do that, so 1 minus, or we can just do top under bottom sub over 0. So that's like has, right? And then if has otherwise, or let's do elif I0 bottom. So if we are at 0th row, right, then we have top under bottom, and then some element, I don't care, and it should be larger than. And now question is what, because grid I0, if grid I0 sub or grid I minus 1 sub, else just invert the matrix, who cares? Can partition grid. There is no way this should work first time, so just finish running and oh. Def call, right, and now if call return true. Call and is not defined. Oh, that's great. I'm sleeping, brother. What the hell? So first row is not sure why 4 by 3, to be honest. Okay, so not sure. because this is column. I accidentally submitted, bruh. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. I mean, it's kind of nothing vulgar, isn't it? I don't understand. Either I missed something or this is too easy. What was the question? Oh. Some edge case, or I don't even know. Okay, I forgot to unpause and I don't even know where I finish, but I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I wanna smash this computer in half. I wanna smash it. Because what the fuck is your problem? What the fuck? So you cut out first two columns. So we are in down here. What the fuck? I just wanted to make it universal. And these fucks are forcing me to not do it stupidly. So this is what we do. Okay, so this will now not work in half the cases, but that's okay. Because once we rotate, I already forgot. I'm so fucking stupid. Let's do it again, I guess. So, what to have? So that's how you get bottom. So only thing with this code is that so if we rotate it, because we will not cut anything for a row if we are cutting by rows, so anytime the problem is just single like columns. And how does that look like? Well, we try to cut at each row. Mm. I don't know, brother. Help. I mean, we can get by default a column and we cut by rows immediately. So in any case, what we are doing is that, let's say we cut first two, which is we are completely inside of here. If j is 1 or n1, then we wanna do this, right? Anytime we cut, then we wanna do this, we wanna do this, we wanna do this, this. Sub, up, stop, minus, bottom. And now what do we care about? Well, if G index 0 equals sub or G top over bottom and or top under bottom and G I plus 1 0 sub or G minus 1 0 G, so either 0th row is dead or ith row is dead. That is so fucking stupid. You fucking fucks. Top, so we need sub G0 0 GI0 print I. So the difference is 290k, which you are not simply making up. 100, 190, blah blah. 119. Okay, that's fair. And after the second one, right, they pretended so top over bottom is true and G00 sub no, GI0 sub no. Brother. Wrong answer in one case. Are you kidding? they expect true. I'm sick of this shit. Okay, 242, 423, 516, 7, 8, 9. So now sum of this is 44, 9, 12, and 24. Some of this is 11, 18, 51, and then what this 11, 20, right? So take this, so this is 18, this is already smaller, right? Take these two, it's 11 and 20. There is no way this is just 11, but okay. $15, 21, 29. No. How is this possible? Because this is 12 plus 6 is 18. 18, 21, 29, 29. Well, there is 69. Okay, that doesn't work. So what if instead we choose first what 3 rows, and then this is 8, 7, and 9. So I mean we should cut after 3 rows though. So otherwise we are in here and now. So that's some weak ass tests, bruh. That is some weak ass tests. Or top over bottom. So we want to decrease from top. Zero, 1, 2. How is it possible? And what is the split, bruh? What is the split? Let's see how many are wrong. Multiple. So only one case is wrong. But what? Because, if I take the first row, I can only remove the borders. So I will have 42 here, and then I will have 45 here. So I would I just remove one from here. Holy guacamole! Why am I solving this stupid task for such a long time? bro, I just, all stars are always aligned for a scenario that I don't go to bed early. Every single fucking day. It is impossible for me to go to bed sooner. I just fucking hell. This is the simplest task of all time. Why does it not work? Why does it not work? Ah. $44, $45. Wowies. This is stupid. What? No. No, 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 no. So we wanna do this. So if I is 0 and top over bottom and this or this, right? Or I0 and I0 and top under bottom and cent1 sub over 0 or elif I0 blah 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 and blah blah blah. So if top is under bottom, okay, otherwise this holds, and just do this. Let's see. So that's in the first iteration, and then we immediately cut by this, and then we get 7 and 7, but that's immediately 2 of them, so we are cooked. Top is over bottom, we want to delete something from top. And now, let's say we cut top. Then, if top is over bottom, then we want to do so. If I0 and G0 0 sub or something G0 minus 1 sub, right? Or I over 0 and count 1 of, I don't know, sub over 0, else if I n minus 1 and G I0 sub or G0 what? Or I this and count 0 sub. What the fuck, man? Fuck you. So after first iteration we cut, right? So either we are at no, or we are at smaller and then oh my god. Oh my god. What? So stupid. So stupid. What the fuck? Okay, so block, let's just do all horizontal cuts. Let's just do horizontal cuts. When we do cut, we get two sums, top and bottom. If they are the same, we return true. If they are not the same, we want to subtract a single number from the larger part. Subtract a number what numbers can we subtract from a part such that the part remains connected? If the part has more than one row, we can erase any element. If it has one row, if it has exactly one row, we can only remove the first or last element. To solve, in order for us to try vertical cuts, we just transpose the matrix. One edge case is a column vector in which one edge case is a column vector in which we have to check first and last element of respective part of the vector column vector. Okay. And check the splits for it. Try all row splits for it. Now to know what element is in each part, we keep a dictionary with counts, which can be updated in O1. We process row by row and keep sum of first half, sum of both halves, adding to top and subtracting from bottom are updating the counts of elements of both halves. this way we know both sums at each after each row and something, I don't know what. This way we know both sums after each row and can check for elements existence in O1, O and M, where M is the number of rows. Number of rows and M is the number of columns. Since we just iterate over the entire matrix to initialize sums and counts and then iterate over each row and update the since we just iterate over the entire matrix to initialize sums and counts and iterate and since we just iterate over the entire matrix to initialize sums and counts and then iterate over the matrix again, doing some O1 checks after each row. O and M, since there is at most NM distinct elements in the counter dictionaries, okay, I just, this was the worst problem. Why is this a hard problem? This is so stupid. Leetcode testing my patience, exactly. Let's see those 8 lines. What the hell? Ain't the hell nah, brother. What? What? So you zip all rows and you output them? What? And what? What the hell? Oh my god, bro. Okay, I'm going to sleep.